Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 39 of Dynasty Warriors 9. And this is it, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to start the final chapter of the game. And we're about to see Jiang Wei fail even more.
Having finally recovered its strength, Shu resumed its northern campaigns. Though forced to retreat once, in order to fulfill the wishes of those who had come before, Jiang Wei refuses to give up and continues plans to attack. However, the cost of these attacks is high, and some within Shu begin to oppose. Elsewhere, the Sima family had strengthened their hold on power in Wei. But disturbing stirrings could be seen among those who were suspicious of the Sima's stranglehold on power. Internal unrest and the continued fight against Shu, a heavy burden was pressing down on the young shoulders of the wounded Sima Shi.
Our previous northern campaign ended as a disappointing failure. In order to make sure that this does not happen again, I intend to make our preparations still more airtight on this occasion.
Do not listen to what Master Jiang Wei says, Lord Liu Shan.
What are you saying, Huang Hao?
Master Jiang Wei, while your mind is immersed in thoughts of war, what do you think is happening to Shu? Were it not for me, law and order within the kingdom would have collapsed completely, and Lord Liu Shan would have been greatly inconvenienced. I do not believe ignoring the tenets of good governance and causing problems for one's ruler are the qualities of a loyal retainer.
But I have inherited the Prime Minister's grand dream of eliminating Wei. It is my duty as a loyal retainer to bring that dream to reality. It is also a necessity if we wish to build a land of virtue.
Every battle we engage in makes our land weaker and poorer. Do you wish for Emperor Liu Shan to live his life like a mere peasant?
You must stop this quarreling, both of you! Jiang Wei, I appreciate your commitment, but Huang Hao is right. I do not want to make the people live a life of abject poverty. Is there not some other way?
I will simply do what I must as a loyal retainer. Huang Hao, you must do the same. If each of us demonstrates wholehearted commitment to our cause, then the land will be fine.
How dare you talk of loyalty? You don't know the meaning of the word.
Lord Liu Shan, we have received reports that the Wei commander Sima Shi has died. His brother, Sima Zhao, is to take over in his stead.
My lord, this is our chance. We must resume the northern campaign.
Master Jiang Wei, not this again. First of all, hardly any time has passed since the previous campaign.
It is true that our preparations are not exactly complete, but... At Mount Tai Long, we claimed victory after forcing Sima Zhao into a corner. If he is leading the enemy forces this time, we should still have a good chance of victory even without perfect preparation.
You seem like you are in an awful hurry, Jiang Wei. Why must you do this so soon?
Compared to Wei and Wu, we are still weak. If Wei attacks and takes over Wu, they will become far too large for us to ever stand against them. It is imperative that we use every chance we have to chip away at their strength. That is why we must fight. If we are stronger, then the lives of our people will be richer and more prosperous. Surely that is the greatest gift we can give the people.
I see. If you say that this will improve the lives of the people, then I must have faith in you. May fortune smile upon you on the field of battle. I await your report of good news.
Lord Liu Shan, you must not believe a word he says. How will war make the country more prosperous? It will only bring more suffering and hardship. There will be no time or money for banquets or games.
Huang Hao, Lord Liu Shan has given his order. You must prepare the castle for war. That is an order from myself, your army's commander. Gah! Just as I suspected, Wei is in considerable turmoil. Their numbers are significantly fewer than last time. This will be our greatest chance.
But we have fewer troops than before as well. Even Lady Yue Ying and Master Ma Dai were ordered by Master Huang Hao to concentrate on administrative issues in Chengdu and couldn't come with us.
And while the enemy may not have great numbers, their defenses look solid. With such a defensive-minded formation, it'll be difficult to use any surprise attacks. It'll take some time, but we have little choice but to take down each base one at a time.
Yes. On top of that, we are far from home. We must reach Chansung before our provisions run out. Everything is arrayed against us, but this is far from an unwinnable battle. I am expecting great things from you all.
Well, it's time to start yet another of Jiang Wei's invasions. But Duanggu actually was a battle that Jiang Wei won, and it was the 8th invasion, not the 4th. And it was the only successful invasion that he did. Although he was deterred by Dong Ai. However, this is an exclusive battle to 9, technically, but it was in another game. And it went by another name. It was in Dynasty Warriors 7, and it went by the 3rd invasion. And the 3rd invasion of Jiang Wei was where Jiang Wei had nothing but fire attacks and had killed Dong Ai. Not Dong Ai, I meant Guo Huai, that's what it was. That was the one where Xiahou Ba set up a fire attack and also set up an archer ambush to kill Guo Huai. And that was basically the gist of 3rd invasion. Ironically enough, Dynasty Warriors 8 does not have any of Jiang Wei's invasions at all. In fact, for Shu, Wuzhang Plains was literally the last battle of the game for the historical route of Shu. And I can't believe I just used my Musou. Meanwhile, for Jin, the repeated invasions did not happen there. All it was practically a couple of fights with Wu, maybe one or two fights with maybe one or two fights with Shu, and I think the rest is with Wei loyalists, and that was pretty much what that was. And you had like 3 rebellions in that, and on top of the fact that you had to stop Xiahou Ba from defecting. I think that was a what if scenario. And let's see, you had to stop Sima Shi from being assassinated. You had to take care of Zhuge Dan.
I leave the rest.
And that all led to the final invasion of Shu. Which the final invasion of Shu really was the hardest mission for Jin. So that's all that was in Dynasty Warriors 8, because most of Jiang Wei's invasions did not take place in 8 at all. Not even in 8 Extreme Legends. Well, there was one thing that did take place in 8 Extreme Legends, which was a DLC, and that was Jiang Wei's Rebellion. Which I see a lot of people in the comment sections kind of upset that Jin gets little to no love. But if anyone gets less love, it's Wu. They're literally done after New Hefei Castle and they don't come back. Even though they have much more interesting things happening behind the scenes, and on top of the fact they had battles. I just wish that they would actually focus a lot on the 3 kingdoms. Or at least have Wei to have like a Fall of Wei level for them too, or a Fall of Wu. Instead of just having a Fall of Shu and just end it there. Because it doesn't just end from the Fall of Shu. Jin gets established when all 3 kingdoms have fallen. And Wu and Wei put up... Well, Wei actually is already done and over with the moment that Cao Huan is emperor. Well, by Sima Zhao's decree.
I will keep this land safe. If you want to get hurt.
But basically, what we're doing here is actually taking care of business. Sorry to jump subjects, but I need to at least talk about what's happening on screen, and that was the fact that we're taking care of some of the enemy lines. We already defeated Jia Chong earlier, and now we're defeating Dong Ai, which that won't be a problem, because all we're practically doing is making it to where reinforcements won't come and hinder our progress. And at least we'll have more troops on the ready to deal with Sima Zhao, who happens to be the commander of Duangu. Now back to what I was trying to say. That the moment that Wei and the moment that Wei lost all power and Cao Huan was made emperor, it was over for Wei, but at least for the most part, he did not, well, at least Sima Zhao did not actually take the role of emperor. No, that was Sima Yan, and he actually played more of an important role. However, he's not a character in this game. I'd be surprised if he showed up in Empires. More importantly, Wu had a downward spiral. They went out like the Yuans, even though they had multitude of attacks before Sun Quan died. Sun Liang also made a few attacks himself on Wei as well. Well, it wasn't Sun Liang, but rather Zhuge Ke and Sun Chen were the ones that made the attacks.
Then I suppose I'll have to make you.
Oh, goddammit. Get back up there. Anyway, the whole point of what I'm trying to say is Wu had more to offer. Yeah, they weren't idealistic, but at the exact same time, they had suffered too, because their whole credo of tigers and family was the reason why they lost in the first place. because it was family that screwed them over 6 ways from the sun. And it would be family that would cause all of Shu, no, not all of Shu, cause all of Wu to fall at the hands of Jin, well, specifically Sun Hao. Oh, great. We pretty much managed to defeat Jiang Wei, and all we had to do was climb over the walls to stop a surprise attack. But enough about that, because since we defeated him, we could actually keep going. We're gonna go on to the next area and go deal with, let's see, who are we gonna deal with this time? Let's get this one right here. But anyway, as I was saying, Wu basically had some more attacks, and yeah, they could have had an alternate side where we could see how Sun Chen was truly treating his troops like crap. Or the same thing with Zhuge Ke. And more importantly, we could see all the machinations that happening between Wu. But the thing is, we don't get that. It's Shu biased, because they're the ideologues, and Wei is painted as the villains. Even though Wei went out with a whimper and not with a bang. And they were literally taken out by an entire more like an entire clique of Taoist scholars. That's the worst part about it. Wei suffered the wrath of Taoist scholars, even though Cao Cao founded Wei on principles of Taoism. That's the most ironic part of them all. Just like the irony of Shu Han being taken out by a eunuch. As you can wholeheartedly see, it's irony that kills these kingdoms.
I knew you were good, but not this
Oh,
good.
and let's not forget about Jin. The Jin Empire was built on the premise that the Suma clan was better than everybody else. Ironically enough, it's the Suma clan that took out Jin. See, they have a lot of story to work with, but Dynasty Warriors... And Dynasty Warriors would have been a better game, that's what I'm trying to say, sorry, I had to think about what I was saying. But Koei pick and chooses what could be a gameplay element and what doesn't become a gameplay element. Or in the case of Samurai Warriors 5, there's a good chance they may reboot the series again. And nobody wants that. Please don't reboot the goddamn series of Dynasty Warriors. I mean, you've already probably screwed up Samurai Warriors beyond repair. 4 was better, plain and simple. So, what's happening now? We are practically taking care of business here and dealing with Chen Tai. He was at Mount Qi, or was at Mount Qi. We just defeated him.
Oh, good. That's a relief.
And we've pretty much freed up Zhang Yi from being defeated. Oh yeah, and in case you're wondering who Zhang Yi is, and why he's a generic officer, that's because of the fact that Koei did not make him a model. By the way, he's Zhang Fei's youngest son, yes. Because he had like 5 children. 2 daughters and 3 sons. And Zhang Yi was the youngest one.
We had better take it now.
However, Zhang Yi, most of his accolades was given to Zhang Bao in this game. That's probably why people see more of Zhang Bao and less of Zhang Yi. And the same thing goes for Guan Yi. Because he's actually the grandson of Guan Yu. Unfortunately, Guan Yi, how shall I put this? I think he is related to Guan Jing. Yes, he's related to Guan Jing. And unfortunately, while he actually has some, roles in romance in actual real life, not so much.
Just when Master
That's
Jiang
all I have to
needed
say
me
on
most.
that. But expect Guan Yi to be a character. Oh, and for the record, yeah, I just got finished beating Wang Yuanji, and she was trying to ambush us, so we just went there and beat her up. So, on that note, we've still got a few more missions left to deal with.
That's a relief.
Actually, no, I think that was the last one, because we blazed through them quickly with the claws.
Being so strong is nice.
Just absolutely
There are many
quickly
out
with the
there who
claws.
aren't.
So, with that said, let's just set a campfire here, give ourselves some boosts, and prepare ourselves for, quite frankly, a battle with Sima Zhao. Almost forgot to mention, Sima Shi is already dead, which is probably why we're about to face off against Sima Zhao, and only Sima Zhao. Yeah, here's the thing. How is Sima Zhao able to get to two places at once in this game? Because Koei. But they're gonna try to go to... Okay, here's the thing. They're gonna try to get past Zugadan's rebellion, which, by the way, happens immediately after this battle. And because Shu wasn't involved, there was one more attack on Wei, which is going to probably happen in part 40, which will lead to the final battle in between parts 41 and 42. And needless to say, folks, it is going to be a catastrophe waiting to happen as far as for their final attack. But what I'm doing right now, by the way, I just realized it's not a glitch. This is actually a new update, which they fixed. Instead of it being a glitch, they now have it to where you could set multiple soundtracks to battle, and multiple soundtracks to the field, and multiple soundtracks to the hideaway, so that way the music changes every time you come in. Yeah, by the way, they just recently made that update just now, so at least Koei listens? Anyway, I'm just trying to find a theme here, because that's going to be the theme that's going to be going on for the rest of the game. Might as well find something a little bit new school, which is Dynasty Warriors 7, because Dynasty Warriors 7's got the best soundtracks in the game. Plain and simple. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. 4's got great music, 6, phenomenal music, and 7's got the best in the series. It's sad that the Dark Horse of the series actually's got one of the best soundtracks in the whole entire series. And yet, this game right here barely has any good soundtracks, and only has decent soundtracks. Oh no, not decent. Great soundtracks from all the other Dynasty Warriors. Not even gonna lie, man. They could have actually made the competition a lot better as far as Dynasty Warriors 9 is concerned. Let's see if I can climb over the wall. Well, I can climb over the wall! Okay! That just makes things a lot easier. So all we have to do now is run straight over to Sima Zhao and kick his ass. That's all.
Capturing that base will weaken the enemy greatly. All units march!
Alright. Now it's time for us to also discuss what's going to be happening after next week. After next week, I'm going to, if there is any parts left, get the remaining parts of Dynasty Warriors 5, because by the time I'm done with Dynasty Warriors 9 next week, there would only be 4 parts left of Dynasty Warriors 5, So the remaining parts of Dynasty Warriors 5 will be, instead of Thursday and Friday, will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to pretty much cover it. And then after that, I will probably, like, with the exception of Saturday, go on hiatus to try to clean up my computer and prepare myself for 2 big playthroughs, which I will also announce at the end of Dynasty Warriors 5. So with that said, I just wanted to point that out. Now, if there's anything else that needs to be done... Oh right, I almost forgot.
I have no choice.
I need to also mention that you'll start seeing some more parts onto my other dead, or supposedly dead channel, but it's not. I'm going to try to start doing something for it, and I've been saying that for a while, but I've been too busy and I've been too worn out, but not this time. I actually am going to start putting stuff on that channel, so just try to stop by and see, and it'll be at least for the best. Oh yeah, and one more thing. There is a part that's coming up right now. Oh
We
shit.
somehow managed to take Chen Sung, but our provisions have almost reached rock bottom. If the enemy attacks again, there's no way we'll be able to defend it.
If we could somehow get provisions sent from Chengdu, that would solve our problems. But I suppose everyone there has their hands full with administrative issues.
I had thought that with Sima Zhao in charge, things would be easier, but... If we stay here, we will simply end up incurring greater losses. The whole thing will have been a disaster. Our only choice is to withdraw. Inform the troops. I underestimated my enemy and have brought disgrace on my kingdom's name. Prime Minister, I ask you to rebuke me from the heavens for my foolishness.
What I was trying to say was, during the thread, I thought that I still had more time left in the recording, that I went and ordered pizza, and when the pizza came, the recorder was still on except for up until the part of the after the cutscene that's coming up. That the point where it stopped recording at the start of the cutscene of the second battle in this chapter. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, after this cutscene, it'll just go straight to the end part for a reason, because that would mean I'd have to go all the way back to chapter 13 just to get that missing footage from that one cutscene. But then again, that cutscene has only something to do with Huang Hao making excuses about why Liu Shan has the party instead of actually focus on his people. And he's one of the reasons why Shu fell in the first place.
So this campaign north was not satisfactory either, it seems.
Please forgive me, Lord Liu Shan, but next time, I will be successful.
Next time, huh? Jiang Wei, why do you continue to make these offensive campaigns to the north?
How? How can you ask that of me, my lord? Lord Liu Bei and the Prime Minister wanted to defeat Cao Wei. The officers and troops are fighting. The commoners are working in order to achieve that goal. And you ask me why?
No, that's not what I mean. I was just trying to say...
Our campaign to the north will be very successful. My dear lord, please do pray for our victory.
Lord Liu Shan.
It's all right, Shinsai. I'm just not good at expressing exactly how I truly feel. Continuing a fight that hurts the people for the sake of a dream cannot help but feel beyond awful about the situation. What are we doing? I cannot help but wonder where we are headed with all of this.
And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with part 39. It is literally the beginning of the end, so I will see you guys in the next episode of Dynasty Warriors 9, when in part 40, we start Jiang Wei's final attempt at Wei. This is RVMan985. Peace out, and God help the Kingdom of Shu.